Grand Rising, people, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Another opportunity and day to get up and rise to become thy greatest in self. Run out and tell them Nate the Great said this.
Half of one half is left unserved. I'm gonna numbers haven't you heard? I have to contract, I have lost everything. Just like the bugs were dead on the ring. The cross is twisted, the stars are not shining. Depression threatening, the worries mine. The king was thinking, and now he's dead. John wanted peace and it's wine said. Some of my fears, the sum of my fears. Some of my fears, the sum of my fears.
Last year this winter was before the fall.
There was no summer, could they kill them all?
There was no summer. They killed it all.
Thought I could hide my eyes from the sun. The demon men came to shoot like a gun. The wine in my cup does not taste like wine. You should drink water, this cancer is mine. Just a witness, one hand on my heart. For the guilty, the body can't stop. Some of my fears, some of my fears. Some of my fears, some of my fears.
Remember, I made a post yesterday. I posted that you were going to get that information. Did you watch the latest video? Have you been enlightened? I did a video on Karma Part 1 and 2. This is going to be Karma Part 3. You see? It's not going to be real high power science. It's just going to be basic. We're keeping it basic. We're keeping it so that the individual who hears this, whether you 33 or 103, you'll be able to dissect this information. And by now, if you have ever heard me speak, you can ensure that one of the things, at least the most important thing that we should do with information is dissect it, digest it, and then manifest it. Just like that, in that order. You see? I'll come back. All right, so let's ring the bell so we can get official with this order, this process, the things we're going to put in motion for the rest of your eternal life. You know what I'm talking about? Like, don't think what you're doing in existence is just a mishap and something that you're practicing. All right? Make sure you share this video so you can save somebody's life. One thing I want to make mention before I get into the reading of Karma Part 3, it's not going to be long, basic, brief. However, it could be very conceptual. I do want to say that at this date and time, the only thing that really should be mattering to me is me. On 11/28, I should be the only thing that matters. And looking at the matter of what I am, it is important that I be sure that I am doing things right for myself. That's the only thing that really matters. If you are actually doing things that are right for yourself, you have you to answer to. You see? So it's imperative that we keep a forefront focus and ensuring that what's going on in our existence is meaningful and is going on purpose for your specific reasoning. Check. So that's personal for me. That's my positive proverb for today. To ensure that what matters to me is if I'm doing things right for myself. That's what matters. I don't need to know nothing else. I don't need to know nothing else about existence. Nobody else's state of existence. The only thing after that I need to know is how to perform my duty well, in which bringing me the fiat currency. You got to know that. If you're running a machine, operating heavy equipment, then yes, you're going to need a little bit more information than just looking at whether you're living a life that's suitable and purposeful for yourself. All right. Now, getting into the idea of karma, and we're going to get up out of here. Let us know that the Eastern concept of karma is based on the principle of cause and effect. Jack? In Western society, we recognize this principle as an axiom of modern physics. If we apply heat or pressure to a physical object, we achieve an immediate effect. And this effect is directly related to the nature of our action. For example, if we heat ice, right, it will melt. And if we prick a balloon with a pin, it will burst, and so on. Similar, if we roll a ball along the ground, it will keep rolling as long as we apply force or pressure to keep that ball in its motion. All of us recognize such examples of cause and effect in the physical everyday world. However, in the East, the idea of cause and effect is applied on a more far reaching basis and extends beyond the physical world into the mental, emotional, and spiritual domains as well. Let us keep in mind, let me quote, as something I may quote it in part two, that the concept of karma applies not only to physical actions, but to every conscious thought and action that arises in our everyday lives. All right, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna let the trash man go through, and we're gonna come right back with some more idea or of karma. That's a good thing. Make sure you enjoy your fruits of your labor. You know, putting in that work, what you're doing out here in existence, whatever it is that you're doing. Be sure that you're doing it purposeful and for a great cause while you're building your eternity. Right? All right, so now that the trash truck is going by, let's jump right back into this idea of karma. Okay, so I can close up and get up out of here. And we have did our best for the day. We would have set something in the etheric realm that's to carry out and have force and reckoning for all time. And only it's going to be you that's going to be able to either stop it and yes, change it. Once you plant a seed, the seed got to grow. This you must know. So we stated all of us recognize such examples of cause and effect in the physical world, right? However, in the East, the idea of cause and effect is applied on a more far-reaching basis and extends beyond the physical world into the mental, emotional, and spiritual domains as well. This is what we need to be clear on because we're spirit cooking over here. One of the songs that was played by Broken Land Beats when you heard in the beginning of the stream was cooking souls. They told you very clearly. You see? So when you talking about soul, you talk about spirit. And when you talk about spirit, guess what? You're dealing with frequency, energy, and vibration. Wow, it's gonna get hot, y'all. No wonder they crying and screaming for global warming. The universal law of karma applies not only to the physical cause and effect, but to every conscious thought and action that arises in our lives. The basic principle that underpins the spiritual law of karma is both simple and direct. According to the karmatic philosophy of life, positive thoughts and actions produce a positive outcome and, yes, thus create good karma. Negative thoughts and actions result in negative outcomes and create bad karma, as you know. So, this means we can never escape from ourselves, or at least from the consequences of our thoughts, emotions, and actions. This is the way you built yourself. We created ourselves. So, there one what has to cancel out the other. There is no uh really applicable mathematics of what the true essence of what you are. This is why you may hear some beings use terminology such as chaos. Okay? This to let you know that we are in total control of all understanding and overstanding and understanding of the whole of the pie. You see? Ain't nothing moving or dwells without recognition and being expressed throughout with permission by the great cosmic deities. You see? So according to the comment, no. So we let's go back over because we said positive thoughts and actions produce positive outcome, right? If anything I do repetitively, we know already. If you just say three times something in your brain, that's an imprint and the seed that's been planted that has to grow. That's the formula. You can sit here and say to yourself, I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. It's it's almost like click your heels three times. Or don't look in the mirror and call out the boogeyman or whatever three times. Y'all seen movies like this before. Well, where you this is what we're explaining to you. Check that you are all of all and in all. So therefore, to act to the core, and yes, just be all. Every minute of our every day, we are creating an ongoing stream of good and bad karma. Every day you're doing this. Not only are you creating karma for yourself, there is unexplainable things that you're doing within to yourself. And I'm like I said, this is just gonna be basic. This is the basics. Part 3. I, that's how deep it is. We at part 3 and you still keeping it basic? Yes. It's that complex indeed. And it may take you over a half a decade to get to the wise dome of the said information that's presented. You see? So every minute of every day we are creating not only avatars when you so-called dreaming, laying your physical down, laying this meat suit down that you're occupying right now at this point for however long, maybe what? How long you gonna keep it up this time? 16 hours? You know? So in closing, let us go on to acknowledge that you may already be thinking that this seems like a rather daunting idea. And indeed, in one sense, some people may think it is. However, the compensation is that according to the the Eastern wisdom traditions in which the concept of karma has its origin, the law of karma applies equally and consistently to every person, place, and thing. Check. We need to be clear on this. Without exception, everyone, no one escapes their law of karma, their fate, their law of physics, their mathematical numerology number or code. So, in the West, we often say what goes around comes around. You heard that before? Or we may recall the biblical teachings that each of us must reap what we sow. This is really the same idea as karma, expressed slightly a little different. Karma isn't so much a judgment on who and what we are, but rather a way of seeing how each of us has an impact on one another. Did you hear that? As well as on our own present life situations. So, through our thoughts, deeds, and emotions, all right? I'll come back a little bit later with some more of this idea of karma. However, that'll suffice us for now. We don't want to feed the horse too much. You never do. When you really, like I said, 3 times is that's it. 3 clicks. You know, what we should only did a 3 minute stream. We don't need a 3 hour stream just to get one point across. And that is, am I paying attention that my actions here in this meat suit on earth is in accord to what it's supposed to bring it to its rightness, as opposed to a demise or destruction. Check. So you heard that bell? Y'all heard that bell, and y'all know what that is. It's time for class to be dismissed. I'm gonna go on and say that it's been a beautiful thing, bringing the proper information for enlightenment to the beings here on Earth. And of course, it's coming to you by way that I call myself as Nathaniel Hills the Third, other known as Nate the Great, and many other names. You know, yes, I am the Great Chaos, the Great Chaos being. Okay, so I want to keep it a little bit limited. We don't need to know too much about me. We want to really know how much you want to find out about yourself. How you bring yourself into a masterful state of existence. Not just when you sleep, not in an avatar somewhere else. I know you got a beautiful life somewhere else. That's why you like to sleep all the time. You ever see people want to sleep all day? Especially elderly beings. They sleep like a iguana. That's because they want to rather be in that world than be in this one. So naturally, I'm going to spend more time out of the suit. And you're going to see it laying back, chilling. All right? Have a great life, people, and do it on purpose.